Hi everybody, this week on the Retro Robbins Show, we've got 2 more games for the Demo Hall of Greatness that I'm going to add to the list. Find out more on the show in a moment. Also, we're going to re-review 4 games, go back in time, from the year 1987. That was the year after the best year for the Spectrum in my opinion. There's a few that disagree with that. Marty! Oh, it's just a bad impression. So, let's go back. Not quite to the future, but let's have a look anyway. So join me next on the Retro Robbins Show with me, Wayne Retro Robbins. It's going to be a roller coaster of a ride. Hopefully we won't come off. Hello and welcome to the Retro Robbins Show with me, Wayne Retro Robbins. So, on today's show, we're going to do another 2 Demo Great Hall of Fame. Well, we're going to put 2 more games with great demos in them. One is debatable whether it's a demo or not, but you'll see what I mean in a moment. And we're going to re-review 4 games. 2 of them got really bad ratings, but I don't agree with that. I think they was better than that. In fact, I quite enjoyed them. And maybe if we get time, we'll put a bit of random game select. So, in the meantime, let's get on with the show. Have I got any news for you? Well, I've got a little bit of news. Chris has taken the Crash magazine to print, so it won't be long now with a bit of luck. And, of course, the Crash magazine calendars are all getting printed as well, or are ready, or have been ordered or something, if I remember rightly. Memory's getting worse as I get older, but nevertheless. And of course, if you've also seen my post, we're going to go with next show possibly, or maybe the show after that, depending on how the feedback comes in, on football games for the Spectrum, football managing games and football games in general. Which is your favourite? What are the best ones? Which are the worst ones? Which ones are the great ones but still seem to be enjoyable? You can take part in that. So, on with today's show. And of course, we're going to show you the first of 2 demos for the Retro Robbins Demo Hall of Fame Greatness. What are we talking about? Yeah, well, I'm looking at games with demos that actually show you the game in operation. However, this next one, I hasten to add, may not come into that qualification of watching the game play itself, but it's still classed as a demo. So, let's go into my big vast file, and of course today's computer of choice is of course the Omni 128, which I've got plugged via a SCART lead into my monitor, or if you like television. So the first game I've put into the Hall of Demo Greatness is this one, Booty. It's got a great theme tune. Let me just stop the AY sound on the television. AY sound, cease. See that? I'll just let this music play a bit and you'll see what I mean. Is it a demo where it's actually showing itself, playing itself? No, it's a demo that flips through all the different screens of the actual game, but it is a demo nonetheless. And because it sort of shows off what the Spectrum's all about, really, isn't it? When you can see this, you know, if you was to see this in a shop back in the 80s and you saw this on the computer, would it encourage you to buy the computer? I love the fact of those little windows that they've got, the little sprite for the windows, the little round windows, where you can see the waves at the background going up and down. I thought that was a nice touch. The game itself, it's one you have to play a lot to get good at because it's not easy, and it's a platformer obviously. You get various numbered keys to open the numbered doors. And you can collect certain items like a water pistol, but sometimes it can be a hidden bomb, and if you don't move out the way quick enough, kaboom, and that's where you end up. Blown up. Good game though. Booty. So what are we going to put for number 2? Remember, we're picking every time 2 games to go in the Hall of Demos Greatness. And of course, if you want any input on that, please leave your comments and I might even have a look at the demo. It could even feature in a future Retro Robbins show. So, on to number 2. And of course I've got to get out this file, haven't I? I've got to get out this file. What's it? Massive Games. That's right. Way of the Exploding Fist. Another fighting game. The last one we showed was Barbarian. Had an excellent demo. That made it into the Hall of Greatness. But this one is also too. You could leave this running and it's just great, isn't it, to watch? I mean, I think it's a set sequence. It's not random. If you watch it long enough, the same things happen. Whereas Barbarian seems a bit more random. Whether there is a sequence to it, I don't know. But, you know, I'm not going to spend hours watching these demos. But yeah, this is quite good. It's quite colourful, and it was the first of this game, wasn't it? And what a quality game to play. I used to play this a lot and play with my sister and my brother, but of course I used to use the keyboard and they used to use joystick. So I could cheat a little bit, but they never knew it. Well, I think my brother Glenn might have cottoned on because he's way more intelligent than me, unfortunately. Which is not hard, apparently. I used to press loads of keys at the same time and it sort of blocked his function. And then I had the idea of releasing them keys quickly and then putting my move in him, giving him a good smack and knocking him out. So I could beat him every time until he cottoned on and he wanted to use the keyboard and make me use the joystick. Ah, all good things come to an end. But this is number 2 in the Demo Hall of Fame. So, today we're going to review 4 games, and we've already done a couple out of this Crash Magazine issue in the past. From the Crash Magazine issue number 39, April 1987. Good one. This one basically, oh, I better show it the other side because you get the reverse image if I don't show it the other side. And look at that, that cover art, absolutely brilliant, wasn't it? Absolutely brilliant. Now, on to the first review. Let's get me notes that I've taken. And, yeah, we'll start with this one. I actually like this game. And the author is Mike Lamb. It was from Imagine Software. And it retailed at £7.95. So before I show you the game, let me give you the ratings. Because I obviously do my own rating, and I don't do a rating of percentage, I just give it marks out of 10. Simplifies the whole thing. And the presentation of this game was classed at 62%. The graphics was 51%. Playability 61%. Addictive quality 60%. Value for money 45%. Well, yeah, it's quite expensive for a kid of around 13, 14 years of age to find £8 out of his mum's purse. That's even if you could get £8 out of my mum's purse. She's too busy spending it on bingo all the time, you know, or knitting patterns, or smoking, which was a bad thing, but you know, that's what they did in them days. Did your mum knit, smoke, go to bingo? We're in the same boat. With kindred spirits. Overall rating 59%, essentially 6 out of 10. So what game are we talking about? Well, let me show you now. Arkanoid. Do I use Kempston? Absolutely not. Good sound. There's no voice sound on this, I believe. Can you hear that clearly? I hope so. I've got the speaker behind me, you see. I can control it better. I should be getting good at this by now, shouldn't I, doing all these shows? Unfortunately, it doesn't have a demo, so it won't make the Hall of Greatness demos. But it's a good game. Let's have a look at the game itself. I'm pretty good at this. Well, famous last words, because now I'm about to play it with this big thing camera in the way and looking through the camera to watch the game. I'm not going to see the ball very well. I'm going to die pretty easy. Well, that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Oh, that's good. Nice opening presentation. Nice graphical picture of the ship there. Gives you a little telling. So obviously you've seen these type of games. It's got quite a quick movement, isn't it? It moves right quite quick. See, I told you, I'm really good at this game, honestly. Honestly? Oh, pay attention. Now let's get it. Let's get this game. Let's get this party started, shall we? And of course you can catch them power-ups. Yeah, I find it quite good. I mean, There's been a few games like this, hasn't there? And they've all been pretty well done. Oh, surely I got that, didn't I? Hey? I'm down to my last life already. And of course the top row you have to hit twice, and if them things escape, you're done for. Have I got any lives left? Yes, of course I have. And if you can do better than me, it wouldn't surprise me. But I'm gonna die. Oh, that's the most pathetic go ever. Never mind. So what am I going to say about this? Well, they've gave it a very poor rating indeed, haven't they? 6 out of 10. But I'm going to say it's better than that. I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. That's Arkanoid. So, let's move on to the next game. So, what is the next game? Well, it's one from an arcade, but it's not got the official name of the arcade game. But I'll tell you a little bit about it. The producers were Bubble Bosch. Don't really own them much. Retail price is $1.99, so nice and cheap game. You'd be happy with that. The author was Nick James. No relation to James Bond. My humour, it's weird, I know. They're coming to take me away. Okay, so what did they say about this game? The presentation they gave 47%. The graphics they gave 38%. Playability 53%. Addictive qualities 32%, value for money 46%. How can they give it such a low value for money when it was only £2? I mean, you can't get what? What do they want to give it 90% if it's worth you bought it for a penny? Crash were being hard with the views this time round. Perhaps all these kids were in bad moods. Overall rating 41%, and the game we're going to talk about is called Classic Munchers. Effectively, it's Pac-Man. But it's not Pac-Man because they couldn't use the name, hence copyright reasons, etc. Nice bit of sound. Gonna max out. That's not free advertising for Pepsi Max, it's just my favourite drink. Sugar free. My 90% caffeine free, I believe. Unlike Diet Coke, it's got a lot more caffeine in it and sweeteners. It's probably still bad for me, but you know, hell. There's your keys, QAOP. So let's give it a go and see the game itself. And straight away, it's nice fast scrolling. The monsters don't appear straight away. But when they do, they turn into horrible things. Oh, I'm dead for. I'm done for. Can I get out of this? Can I get out of this? Yes, of course I can. Way. Miss me, retards. I might actually clear a screen. TJ, eat your heart out. Yeah, I quite find this enjoyable and quite, you know, playable. I think it's better than the percentage they gave it. It's not a bad arcade conversion of Pac-Man, is it really? Lots of different screens and oh, my computer's gone a bit wild there. Oh, I think it's about to crash, do you? I think it's about to crash. So what do I make of that game? Well, it played better the first time. It's always better in rehearsal, isn't it, eh? Not that I've rehearsed this, of course I don't. You can't get this bad without rehearsals. They rated it 41% overall. Well, I'm going to give it slightly better. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 because I don't think it's a bad conversion of Pac-Man, even though it's called Classic Munchers. And it's got AY sound as well. Always a bonus, that. So yeah, that's that one. So let's move on to another game that I'm going to... probably got a bad rating. And the game we were talking of now. So what do we know about this game? Oh, I'll tell you what we know about this game. Just give me a second. So what do we know about this game? Well, let's tell you a bit about it now. Right. Recommended retail price, £8.95. Kay Parker is the author and our champion. Never heard of them. unusual. We'll go straight into the rating because I don't think it's too bad a game, but this has got a better rating than the other two games. So presentation 80%, graphics 85%, playability 85%. That's not bad at all, is it really, so far? Addictive quality 78%, value for money 79%. How can that have value for money higher than the others when it's actually a lot more money to buy? I mean, 40 something percent for a $1.99 game. To these people, well, they're made of money. Overall rating 82%. It was 8% short of a Crash Smash. Effectively 8 out of 10. But what are we going to give it? Well, let's have a look at it now. And the game is called Into the Eagle's Nest. And there it is. Good loading screen. Classic dive bombers type theme, hasn't it? Oh look, we can redefine the keys, and if you know me, you know I love games where I can redefine the keys. Should we listen to this a bit longer? Let's have a look at the game, shall we? So what do we do to start? Press 1. Press enter to choose controls. No, we don't want to. And this is the game. And it's it's a bit like Gauntlet, isn't it? You click the key, and before you can... It's got a decent sized map. Scrolls across a little bit blocky. Oh, mysteriously disappeared there. Oh, I need another key to buy. Oh, I can see. Maybe I can blast this door to get this key. Yeah. And I'll have 2 keys then. 1, 2. Okay. When we know we can do that, we can go that way. No problem at all. Oh, yeah. It's a little bit like Gauntlet, but just like bigger sprites and... I would consider something, yeah, you've got to collect. Oh. Get in the passageway, kill all these off. More keys. How many keys can you actually have? I don't know. I've just blew myself up. Oh dear. Shut up. I had to shut that up. I just pause it for a second. I need a sip of water. So I'm going to totally agree with Crash. I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. Not bad. So yeah, not bad at all. You know, fair enough. That one I agree with Crash. So let's move on to the last game of the day. And this one, we're going to introduce the game for you. Cascade was the producer. I forgot to tell you the producer's the other one, but it'll be there online somewhere. Price £9.95, so we expect a lot for our money, don't we? Author, I'm not going to tell you, you can guess. Right, presentation 66, graphics 65, playability 64, addictive quality 62, value for money 63, overall 64%. That's quite low, so let's have a look at the game, shall we? The game is Skyrunner. Oh, and look, we can redefine the keys. And remember, you can't use P on this, so I have to use other keys instead. And we'll start the game. And there's the game for you. And, oh, I nearly crashed into the first tower. You've got to shoot those. You've got a little map up there and you can see... Oh, crashed. Meant to shoot them. Try again, shall we? We'll get some here. Ah, there's one. We'll get this one now. Got him. Just about. Maybe it's moving too fast for an old man like me, eh? I quite like it, I must admit. I think it's a better rating than what they've given it, and it definitely is playable. It's not easy, but nothing ever is easy for Retro Robbins. Okay, so what am I going to give it? You can see the general idea of the game. 64%, 36 out of 10. I'm going to give that a 7 out of 10 from Retro Robbins. And that's all for today's show, so thank you for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share if you enjoy the show. And there's more coming up for you soon. So from me, Retro Robbins, don't forget to take part in any polls that I put on your Facebook pages. And of course, the more input I get from you, the more input I can give you back. Thank you for watching, take care, and bye for now. Have a nice working week or weekend. From Retro Robbins. Okay, change the weather. Let's make it stormy. Truman, I am your god. You don't want to leave this set. What are you still doing here? The show's over. Goodbye. Do I look like the producer from the Truman Show? What about now, better or worse? Don't answer that. Go.